Yo, GK Nation. GPS. The Grown Folks Podcast.
Oh my God. Welcome to the podcast.
An extension of the Grown Folks Kids Show. Introducing the host with the most, the great gun. Keeping it here. This is going to be fun. Because I'm Batman. Hey, yo. What is up, GK Nites? What's going on? Hope everyone's having a good time. Everyone's doing good. Everyone's safe out there.
Are you ready?
In times of transition from COVID to a new world, I hope everyone's handling things okay mentally. If not, I'll be praying for you. We be praying for you. Hey, welcome to the Grown Folks Kids Shows.
GPS.
And let us
navigate you through our mind.
Because it is a wonderful place to be.
Is it a wonderful place to be for you today, Dre?
I'm doing fine. I'm doing pretty good.
I'm
doing all
glad
right.
you're doing fine.
Just a little tired, but I'm all right. I'll push through it.
Disney throwing out great stuff.
I still haven't gone through the Disney Plus day yet. Even though I still ain't gone through all the stuff because I've been too busy. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to watch Thor, Love and Thunder again. Just gotta make sure I get it because I missed the goats.
Okay,
all right, I can't do it. I can't even do it. Blow up the microphone. Anyways, hey, by the way, check the Grown Folks Kids Show GPS podcast on whatever platform that you like, or you can go to grownfolkskidsshow.com and select podcasts, and you see links to all the different platforms that you may or may not use, and also go to the TV show tab, and you see all of our stuff that we put on YouTube, Facebook, and locally here on Channel 14. Okay, so that's what we do. We'll do some Twitter, we'll do some our Instagram. We use a lot of our Instagram and Facebook. We'll get into all the other social media stuff soon. All right, so getting that out the way. And it's wonderful. You know what is also wonderful is this, Mr. Who are you?
Well, you know who I am. Who are you?
Vin. All right, that's far as I'm going to go. Yeah, it's
you're
off.
having hard times.
Having a hard time, man. I'm having a hard time. I can't do it.
Messing up the monologue.
All right, so that means you got to step up there. You got to cover for me.
To step up. You know, I am the greatest, the great Gunny. Look, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I'm so great.
Yes.
That the carbon dioxide that exhales from my body makes you a better person. That's how great I am.
Whoa, that's profound.
Yeah.
I'm still in it.
Okay.
Why carbon dioxide makes you a better person? That's like the most interesting Heineke quote. Dos Equis quote.
Dos Equis.
Oh, man.
Don't be trying to give him my quotes. That's
the most interesting man quote.
That's a great Gunny quote right there.
My goodness.
That's a great Gunny quote.
All right. I guess so. All right. All right. That's not Dos Equis. It's root beer. I guess you go. Root beer. All right. So
go on.
It is a wonderful place to be.
It is.
But I'm going to tell you what else is wonderful.
What's wonderful?
Being a wrestling fan again. We live in a new golden age of wrestling. We get to have all of these wonderful companies going at each other and the drama on each side. The last 3-4 years has been about all of Vince McMahon and the drama happening. We're just going through a whole year of WWE.
And people were just
all that drama.
WWE.
Well, they deserve it. It's not like they didn't deserve it. So, and I will say this, they deserve every ounce of that killing and slander and criticism. Mm-hmm. They sucked hard, terrible writing, bad booking. The big boss is nowhere near connected to today's wrestling fans. He's lost his mind, okay? People getting fired and quitting, left and right. Massive exodus. Today, people, we're talking about AEW Mayhem.
AEW
Mayhem.
Malice at the Palace.
So listen, we're talking about all that stuff, right? And listen, WWE's been going through a brutal bashing in the last year, mostly, okay? Because this when he starts really firing people. People's like, what the hecksters are you getting rid of this dude for? Carry across. Why are you not? Braun Strowman's gone. Why the all these names coming left and right? Sasha Banks, all these people. Quick, I'm out of here. All right, Keith Lee gone. What the heck's going on here? NXT, why are you getting rid of some? You just built up your future and now you're throwing it away, Vince McMahon, because you're still stuck in the Attitude Era. Okay, I get it. But you know what, though, Charles?
What is that?
AEW's been untouchable for the last 2 years. They've been on fire.
They've been keeping their internal issues very quiet.
Before you get there, hold on. I know he's chomping at the bits. He's ready. And we're gonna listen. This is the time that Dre Irv is giving him the permission to do the full beatdown on AEW that he's been waiting for the last 2 years because he ain't been able to. He comes up with things he's trying, but people, come on, Charles. AEW, WWE is not even the same, okay? All right, the only reason why WWE get more ratings is because they're McDonald's, okay? It doesn't mean they have the better burgers, okay, that people really respect and like, okay? So,
wow.
So that was a good one. I'm backing off because I'm not an AEW apologetic. I'm just saying, hey, it's a new company. It's 3 years. For him to get this far in 3 years, magnificent. But guess what? WWE's been going through their tongue lashing, and did I not say this, Charles? It's going to be a time that he's going to get his too. You can't stay on top like that the whole time being a newbie owner of a wrestling business that you had not been involved in before. So, Charles, what do you think of this crazy Malice at the Palace in the locker rooms with CM Punk, the Young Bucks, Ace Steel, what's that guy named that always carry the camera and spraying them all the time?
Oh, you talking about the
lackey boy,
Johnny Knoxville?
No, not Johnny. Charles, what?
I thought you was talking about Johnny Knoxville.
Okay, anyways.
That's what it sounded like.
Chris Jericho had a contract to be the man of reason, all this stuff. So you guys don't know there was a big fight. Pretty much it was a brawl in the locker room and all that stuff. Straight chairs being thrown, F-words, F-bombs flying all over the place. Nick Jackson getting a black eye.
Someone getting knocked out.
If you get Kenny Omega with nuts,
CM Punk.
They still in there. Kenny Omega went berserk. All this stuff is happening. Pent up anger, frustration. Cody Rhodes is looking like, hey. I tried to tell you. But anyways, what do you think?
Look, now if this is real and this isn't a work,
that's real as it gets. You don't even have to go there. It is real
because this is professional. This is professional wrestling.
This actually happened.
And if this is real, I have to put that disclaimer out there because
you already started off wrong. There's no if. This is real.
I'm trying to give AEW a little bit of credit.
You don't need to.
Because let me finish. Before I go in on them, let me make my burger.
Okay.
I'm putting the bun on.
Here's the bun.
The sugar bun.
Here's the sugar bun.
The honey bun.
Honey bun. Okay.
So I'm making a Luther. I'm putting
Chick-fil-A
the donut
buns
on top. Mm-hmm. So because AEW has been great at making stories. The storytelling for them has been great.
Killing it.
We're not saying killing it, but it's been great. So if this isn't a work, this is the most irresponsible garbage that anybody could have allowed to happen in a company of professional athletes. This takes the Malice in the Palace and makes it a normal, everyday thing.
Oh, now I don't know about that. Malice in the Palace involved a lot of fans, man. That whole arena was going crazy.
I'm just saying the fans started the fight.
I get what you're trying to say, though.
The fans started the fight, and we were supposed to hold these NBA players to a higher level. So if you hold a title in a company, and if you're the boss, Trey.
All right, I'm from the boss.
And you have your homies or let's not even say your homies, because this is like a family, as they say. So you say you got your 3 sons,
all right,
as the vice presidents of your company.
Okay.
And then the star of your company, your lead money maker, has a grievance. What do you expect your sons to do in your company when they hear about this grievance?
What do you expect?
No, what do you expect?
If you have your friend as the lead dude.
No, not your friend.
Oh.
Your star.
Your star.
Your star, the one who makes who brings the money for you.
Brings the money. It's a business.
And he has a grievance with the company. And he has called out the grievance. And he called it out, and he was sitting next to you when he called it out in the corporate meeting. And he goes back to his office. What do you expect your 3 vice presidents to do?
Oh, they're going to flip out. The disrespect. I would.
Okay, so
I'd be like, who the F? Do you think you are?
But do you expect them to come to you and say, hey, Pops, boss, look, we heard what was said. We don't agree with it. We need you to handle this situation. Or do you expect them to go rogue and act like they from the hood and kick in somebody's office door? No, let me finish. Kick in someone's office door and cause a ruckus and a physical altercation, bringing unsafe working environment for an individual that's under your management and theirs. Because
you sound like you signing with CM Punk.
No. I'm asking a question.
Hold on here. Okay, go ahead.
I'm not signing with anyone. I'm asking a question.
No. Okay, your question. You ask your question. You already know the answer to it. You can't just. Your employees can't just go in there and go rogue and go Lone Ranger and go against his cowboys from the hood.
And this is why.
Well, he set that type of environment.
Okay, no.
Oh, go ahead.
It doesn't matter. Oh, yeah, no. The boss set this type of environment.
He's everybody's friend. Everybody's trying to please everyone. That's why they had a talent meeting constantly. Talent meeting. Well, why is that?
This is why talent should never hold
high-level positions unless they're retired.
Of business while they're still talent.
Why they still talent? Unless they're retired.
Or they're part-time.
Or they're very, very part-time.
So, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So all of these lovely titles to get extra money.
Oh my God.
And so forth. These EVPs
oh my gosh.
And all of this. It sounds nice because Triple H made it look good.
Right.
But at the end of the day, everybody knew Vince McMahon was the end-all be-all.
And his former wrestlers who are old and retired. Former.
And they only became talent when it was necessary.
Exactly. Not guys who just coming out of New Japan.
Not your world champion. Not your world tag team champion.
Listen to what I just said.
No, I get what you're saying.
These are New Japan guys who has not been, you won titles over world, but you had not been on the biggest stage where everyone knows you. Listen, I didn't even know who Kenny Omega was.
Until 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm. I just within the last 4 years caught up about the Bullet Club. Why? Because most wrestlers, unless you're an avid wrestling fan, you're so sick of WWE, you're so desperate, you're going on YouTube, and anything you can find a way to watch a New Japan. I don't even know how you can watch New Japan. Okay?
Right.
All right? I knew more TNA stars than I knew about New Japan. So you got New Japan guys who caught a break, found a billionaire to fund them, and you get these little roles, which is fine. It's needed at the very beginning. I totally get why. At the very, very, very dirt beginning of it, you bring in Chris Jericho for some leadership and direction. You got Cody Rhodes, who comes from a wrestling family, who understands the wrestling business because he is wrestling business. You get it, okay? Mm-hmm. He's a Rhodes, okay? All right, he's his daddy's son, right? Okay. But when you got a bunch of guys coming in from New Japan, given these higher positions, which is okay, and especially at the time because they provided us a product that was different than the WWE. It works all the way up to the point to where you have to carry yourself, and I'm not, listen, me and you are not behind the scenes. We don't know how they've been carried in. We don't know how much of CM Punk and all these other people they've been tolerating that's flooded over to the WWE from right.
Not flooded. They acquired them. They didn't flood. It was a mass exodus out. Now they didn't have to grab this talent,
and we talked about this.
And you know what? And I said
and
this.
We both
2
said
years ago
that you said. What is it you said? I'll tell you what I said.
That
2 years ago. This is what we said. People,
talent isn't necessary. This is what happened to TNA.
Exactly.
This is why TNA is called Impact now.
Right.
Because they had this mass flooding of talent, and this mass flooding had a certain way of seeing and doing this sport that we love called professional wrestling.
Right. And I said that you're right-ish, but if you're going to acquire talent, only acquire the talent that fits within your mode of your company. Don't just go grabbing talent because of the name, and then you're going to grab all of these people. And I get it. You got to have, CM Punk ain't been out of wrestling for, 7 years, okay? But CM Punk can wrestle toward the talent because, let me pull it up. WWE is entertainment wrestling. AEW is for all the avid wrestlers who want pure wrestling and more bloods and guts. Okay, all right. So it's good. It's two different styles. More bruisers, blue-collar wrestlers, WWE entertaining, go ice cream bars, mega wrestlers, so on a bigger stage. Okay, boom. All right. So acquire the talent that fits the mode of your business plan, of who you are as a company. When we're just acquiring people because they're former WWE guys, I said that one, you can't have these guys all vice presidents. You have too many cooks in the kitchen, and you got too many wrestlers. Mm-hmm. You got to hire non-wrestlers or executive people or people who were wrestlers. Former wrestlers 20-something years ago.
Who have a mind for the business.
Who has a mind for the business.
Part of it don't mean you have a mind for the business.
And you can't, I said this, you cannot be everybody's friend, happy-go-lucky. We're the happy place, and WWE is the best sad place, and we're the happy place. Here in our locker rooms, we all get along, everything. Hey, I'm all friends. You can't be friends with every wrestler. Mm-mm. You can be nice. You can have conversations. You can be open. Don't change that about you, Khan. But what you can't do is you can't create more titles to please everybody. We got 100 titles, and now we got all these WWEs. Of course, you're going to acquire all these WWE guys. Mm-hmm. You know you're going to cause a rift because you got your AEW guys who's been there from the beginning, as MJF will call it out, and then you're going to have that AEW versus WWE. The only WWE guys that's going to fit in is those who can do indie / wrestling / everything.
Well, not even that. It's the ones that came when it started.
And the one that started, and the ones who came to push.
Right.
Daniel Bryan came over to push.
Let's not put Daniel Bryan in this. And let's not let me see something. That little group that they got,
but the Combat Club,
those three.
Yeah.
Let's not put them in this.
No.
You know why I'm not even going to put them in this?
Why?
Because as you can see from Lord William Regal, all the way down to Jon Moxley, they are cut from a different cloth.
They are.
They all started off in a hardcore.
They're former indie wrestlers.
They all started out in some form of hardcore indie wrestling, but they were capable of transitioning into a sports entertainment type field where they could either be in movies, be on TV shows, be a part of the fandom, to be a part of the ring. They could break the ring down, put the ring up, be a referee,
they're masters,
be a commentator. Yeah. They all could be executives. Right. I don't know about Jon Moxley yet, about him being executive.
Brian Danielson.
But Brian Danielson
he knows the business.
And William Regal, they both can be executives because they have been at some form of fashion.
My thing is this.
So I don't want to use them as a now, where I fault them at is they should be locker room leaders, and they should have they should have nipped this in a bud.
Well,
no.
Let's not do that because we don't got access to the locker room. We don't know. They might have been doing it the whole time.
No.
And then no one knows what they. Listen, I'm not even going to focus on the wrestlers. I'm focusing on Khan. You know why?
Okay, well, let's focus on Tony Khan.
We're focusing on Tony Khan because here's the thing. Would that have happened in Vince McMahon's locker room?
Hell no.
Listen.
And you know what? We don't even curse on this show.
No,
but
would that happen in Vince McMahon's locker room?
Hell no.
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 So
no form of
and if
fashion.
it did, how long that do?
It wouldn't have lasted.
Exactly.
If Vince McMahon couldn't turn it into a positive, you got to go.
There it is.
You got to go.
So, but you don't have to be like Vince McMahon.
But you can have.
But Tony Khan's a businessman.
He's a businessman.
He's worth twice as much as Vince McMahon.
Look,
so that means you know how to run your business. But the thing about it is, when you become a fanboy buying if I'm just he's a fanboy. He's a CM Punk fanboy. He's this type of. He's a
Kenny Omega.
He's
fanboy.
a Kenny Omega. He's a fanboy. He's a young boy. He's a fanboy. Okay, now, and I'm not. You know, reason why I'm not going to go 100% hard on him.
No, either you are or you not.
No,
we can't straddle the fence
No.
Because he's a what's that word? He's a multi-generational businessman.
But here's the thing: just because you're a businessman, when you get into a business that you don't 100% fully understand, don't make a difference if you made a company nearly $1 trillion. You got to understand how that business run. You got to understand how the environment. You got to understand the ins and outs of it. And listen, he started off by bringing in the right people. You're bringing in New Japan guys, your indie guys, put them as EVPs to help you. But at the same time, you got your chief legal officer, we will talk about, number 2 person. But you also, you hire someone that can say yes and no to you, and then you take, and then personally, I don't know, maybe Cody Rhodes could have been.
He had a guy who said yes and no.
I know he did. And then what happened is he was kicking WWE's butt, and honestly, I think he's starting to feel, you've seen him on TV more. He's starting to feel himself. He's starting to say, there's the Dixie Carter coming. Here it comes. And here it comes. He's starting to feel himself a little bit. And yeah, you're doing that. You took all the WWE guys. I get it. You got more money than Vince McMahon. And then what happens? You create an environment where everyone has a say. Everyone is going to be treated equal. You're going to give health care to everybody, which you should. You're going to be the place where everyone's going to be harmonious and happy and all that. And everyone has a voice and opinion, things to say. Sometimes you're going to have to run a hard ship while being cool with people. I can be totally good as a boss. Cool. Hey, man, what's up? How you doing? How you feeling? I want to know how you feeling and all that. But then, like CM Punk coming there and saying all his little stuff that CM Punk does. CM Punk just do what he do. He does. He's just, maybe he's antisocial. Who knows?
Here's the thing with CM
and then,
Punk.
hold on. He's antisocial. And I'm like, okay. And then my young bucks come to me, hey, dude, we didn't like what he said. You need to take care of it. I'll go take care of it, CM Punk. You're not going to be calling. You ain't going to be calling. First of all, you're not going to be calling out my company next to me.
Next to him.
Matter of fact, I might have would have checked him in front of everybody. I don't care who you think you are. You CM Punk, but CM Punk, at the end of the day, I fire you. You have nowhere to go.
Okay, well,
you ain't going to WWE.
I got a question for you.
All right, go ahead. He's got to play hardball, which he did.
Okay.
He did.
Well, he did.
Explain that.
His punishment was hardball.
Yeah.
That's not playing hardball. Here's the deal.
Well, he had no choice.
Here's the deal. When you open up an environment to be like that, and you don't set boundaries from the get-go, whether it's in the ring, out of the ring, on the mic, on TV, when you set those kind of open extravagance and no boundaries where people want to come and be able to pipe bomb everything, then you gotta.
And we're dealing with all those concussion problems at the beginning because he was letting these wrestlers come in and do.
But this is what they did from the get-go.
Yep.
Every person who came in,
and that's what I said. It's going to bite them in the butt.
I told you.
I said 3 years from now.
Every time that someone comes in, they're capable of saying whatever they want.
When the honeymoon was over, I said it's going to take 3 years, and I said it 3 years ago.
You said 3 years. It was a make it or break it.
No, I say I'll start criticizing in 3 years.
Okay.
And that's what I'm starting to do.
Okay, well, we're 3 years in.
And guess what?
The ball fell right in your court.
Now, here's a cool thing.
Well, we haven't even finished.
He can learn.
Oh, anybody can learn.
Yeah, I don't see this going to TNA route. He ain't going nowhere.
No, I don't see it going to TNA route.
He ain't going nowhere. But he need to experience some Dixie Carterism for a second.
But I do think that his father's not going to put up with this too much longer.
Well, this is his baby. He handed this to his son.
It is. It is his baby.
Yeah.
But
his dad's worried about the Jaguars and the soccer club. He ain't worried about that.
But I'm saying your name is your name. And sooner or later, Pop's going to be like, hey, man, is this really worth what,
Do I need to bring in reinforcements? That's what's going to happen.
Is this worth...
What's going to happen, I'm predicting the future. Pops is just going to bring in reinforcements because his son has that nice, lovey personality. So he said, okay, son, that's okay. I'll bring you some muscle, okay? I'll bring you some muscle. I like the punishment. Just suspend them all. You're all suspended. Give me those belts. Start over. And then we're going to move forward. Y'all serve your suspensions. Punk and you guys might get fired. You guys, Young Bucks, so you guys sit there. You're going to get suspended for a minute. I have to show people that the accountability has to happen at the top. If you EVPs, then you can't be acting like that. If you do, I got to punish you just like everybody else. You ain't the boy.
Here's
like
my
that.
thing.
Go ahead.
The punishments shouldn't have been the same. It shouldn't have been equal.
Well, no, wait, hold on. There's pending investigations. It was said that because the number 2, I forgot her name, but she's the chief legal advisor for the Jaguars and AEW. She works directly underneath her dad.
Right.
And so she's number 2 in both companies. And she witnessed the whole thing. Mm-hmm. So that's why you saw a sudden shift. And that's why everyone's gone.
I get you.
And there's actual possible legal ramification. This Ace still should have been in jail. And so there's some legal stuff that's about to happen here. So right now, all you can do, because this happened right after the pay-per-view between the show. The pay-per-view is Sunday, Wednesday, right?
No, I get you.
So it's only a couple of days. So he did. I personally was worried about Khan. I said, Khan, what are you going to do? You're just too nice. What you going to do? And he stepped up. He gave us a great show on Wednesday. Suspending them all. I personally prefer the belts to go to the best friends. I would. Why? I get that people love the Death Triangle. I'm not a major Death Triangle person.
I think they were just trying to bring Pac into the States.
On TV.
That's what I'm saying.
Because at the end of the day, them 3 do wrestle a hell of a trios.
But still, best friends.
You gotta get the best friends.
Yeah, but this is one of the things that bothers me about AEW is that they pander to the fans too much. Hard. And so, but let's get back to what you were saying.
What?
I get that there's an investigation going, but then there shouldn't have been a punishment until the investigation was done.
No. You need to do a immediate in company. You can do that.
Okay.
All right. That needs to happen like right away because it blew up so much. The whole world knows this is nothing that's just quietly. There's may or may not be rules. No, this is everybody's.
Well, I'm just saying.
It's well known.
Well, I'm saying you
shares being thrown. Punk versus.
Let's be honest. You stripping titles that don't have really no real relevance. Now that EVP title, those titles. Now, why aren't those being taken away? They're not allowed to be on TV, but they still allowed to make business decisions.
Well, here's the thing. Well, one, they did sign contracts.
You're right, but they broke that contract. There are just about every
I don't know what the contract says. I don't know what it says. It might have that void come in there. I don't know.
There's always that.
I don't know.
There's always that. What's that? Just like NFL has when you make the shield. You embarrass the shield.
Oh, the term. What's the word? I'm tired, man. Recording is pretty.
Man,
late.
I wish Barbara was around. We could reach out.
It's I know exactly.
But you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That there's those clauses.
Out clauses.
Yeah.
Tight.
So
yeah.
I'm glad that something was done, but
I'm pretty proud of Tony Khan for doing it. I didn't know he had it. I didn't think he had it in him.
Just
I didn't think he had it in him.
Lost that. I think there was going to be some.
And guess who's looking good? Not just Cody Rhodes. I'm gonna put him in that category. You don't see John Moxley and Daniel Bryan say that Chris Jericho. You know why?
Now that we're getting to that,
you know why? It's the CM Punk whiny Punk and the New Japan guys who got some taste of power because they've been left out of the big ship, and now they got the big boys pants, and now they walking around. Which listen, I'm a major fan of the Elite. Kenny Omega's one of my favorite wrestlers. Young Bucks is 6-7 star matches every single time. But here's the thing. At the end of the day, if you EVPs, you have to be EVP.
Exactly. But
no, I get it. You pent up frustration. They probably been, but see, I'll go back to Tony Khan. You shouldn't have talent meetings after a year after you see things boiling up.
Let's bring in that talent meeting.
You got to solve things right off the gate, and he will. This is a learning lesson.
Yeah, well, we
said it was coming at some point.
But like you said, remember you mentioned a talent meeting. Let's go back to that talent meeting before they had this thing.
Why are we going back?
Because Kenny Omega said something profound that made me wonder if he shouldn't have been, that he shouldn't be in charge.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
This man told everybody that 90% of y'all I wouldn't have hired because y'all can't hold a candle to me in the ring. What bit?
That's what happens when you get a New Japan guy who's not been in the highest level of wrestling. New Japan ain't the top level of wrestling. And you give him some power, and now he's the man.
But see, this goes to show me their mindset. And this also puts another.
Like I said, he's one of my favorite wrestlers.
Tears away another veil of why Cody left. Because if they feel this way,
because they were beefing.
Yeah,
not like beefing, but they were having. They had clashes and directions for the company.
Right.
And Tony Khan just finally put his foot down. I don't know, and said,
Tony Khan went with his boys.
Yeah, and he says, I'm the talent. I watched that interview. I'm the talent relations. I'm the EVP, the executive, the booker, the all this, the blah, 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 blah. I am me. I said, dang, dude. Tony, then you wasn't Cody Rhodes there?
Third generational talent.
Dude.
Mind for the ring.
When I saw that, I said, here you go. There it is. Carterism's coming. Dixie Carterism, here it comes.
And I was like, I can't believe that. I mean, and I don't even give Chris Jericho a lot of credit.
Let's go back to Omega. Real quick.
Okay.
Go finish your thought.
No, I was saying, because Chris Jericho had said that the boys need to stop taking their freedom for granted. Exactly. Because they have to be very careful about what they're doing backstage and on TV.
Wait, why would Chris Jericho understand this? Why would he understand this, by the way?
Because he's been there.
He's been in the business for 30 years.
You can't.
Why does John Moxley understand how to do these things? Why Daniel Bryan's? Let's see.
The biggest thing that I heard Chris Jericho say is,
what?
Don't ruin a great thing in AEW.
Because AEW is a great thing. Why do you think John Moxley was so pissed off on the microphone?
Are ruining. Remember what I said when? Remember what I told you about CM Punk winning the title?
Oh, I thought it was
two or three ago, and then he lost it, and then and this was off air. And I said, well, he's going to get it back. And he was like, no, they're not going to give it back to him.
I said they better not give it back to him.
They're going to give it back because
that was the worst.
He's not losing in Chicago.
Why would you even? He lost in Chicago.
He wasn't going to lose a second. He lost
because they went back to Chicago.
They should have never had him lose it on TV. If you was going to have him lose it at the pay-per-view.
That's because
so they could move forward.
Tony Khan should not be being the main booker.
Now this black eye is going to stick with them for a long time.
You know what? I'm happy that this happened to AEW because they were feeling themselves too much. That's what happens when the little brother gets to drive the car and the big brother says, you can do what you want. Big brother broke his leg off for being stupid. Maybe he was riding a motorcycle and did a wheelie and jump and he was being dumb. Now the big brother gets to drive the vehicle and he gets to tease, I'm the one driving the car now. And big brother say, hey, listen, from the bed with his crutch, he said, dude, you gotta lay off of that. You gotta watch this. The car pulls this way. Oh no, I got it. You're sitting on the bench. Ha. Now what? And you crash the car. Oh, I'm sorry, big brother. Listen, Tony Khan will be fine. They needed to come down to earth. They need a slap in the face and say, hey, stop feeling yourselves too much. What I will personally do, let's say this. What would What would you do from this point forward? And what I do from this point forward, if I was in Tony Khan's shoes right now to clean all this up, what would you do to clean this mess up? Moving forward.
I would go to Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard. I would talk to Taz and Mark Henry.
Yep.
And
I see where you're going.
And then I would pick up the telephone and I would call the newly released Jeff Jarrett and say, can we sit down and talk? No.
Not Jeff Jarrett.
No. You know what? As much hate as Jeff Jarrett gets, he
Jeff
still
Jarrett.
has a mind.
He do.
And I didn't say to put him on as in charge, but to pick their brains on where I should take my company going forward. Okay, let me finish what I'm saying. And then reach out.
He's a TNA trauma right there.
Well, I mean, but that's what I'm saying. Jeff Jarrett, remember, Jeff Jarrett got thrown out by Dixie Carter.
He sure did.
And that's how
that went down.
That's when it
he
went down.
Kept Dixie Carter.
So Jeff Jarrett.
I'm not anti-Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah,
he's brilliant.
Yeah, Jeff Jarrett is a great mind to have. The biggest thing that I would say is to have these guys and say, look, where should I go now? And I'm open to the advice that you give me. Because to be honest, JR shouldn't be on the microphone. JR should be an EVP.
Exactly.
You know, if you want, have Arn Anderson or Tully Blanchard. They could still be on.
Regal right there.
But William Regal wants to be an on-screen talent.
He can do both.
Okay, but he doesn't want to do both. That's the thing.
That's fine.
He's been there, done that.
All right, that's fine.
So, you know.
But he still has some backstage presence.
Right, but I'm just saying he can speak to it. But then you have to go to your 3 best stars in the company. Daniel Bryan.
Your veteran stars. Go ahead.
No, your 3 best stars.
Go ahead.
And well, I take it back. 4.
Who?
Your 4 best stars.
You better name them.
You got to go to
Daniel
Bryanson, William Regal.
Yep.
I hate saying this,
John
Moxley.
You get John Moxley's opinion because he's your top guy.
This is what I'm saying.
Okay,
you go to them.
Okay.
John Moxley, and then I would say
Chris Jericho.
You know what? I'm gonna save Chris Jericho. Okay. And then I'm going to say, and then I'm going to go, and then I would go to MJF. And I would listen.
I gotta listen to this.
Listen to what I'm saying, and say, okay, guys, we're at a dilemma. I need leaders in this locker room now. I need people to throw away their egos, and I need y'all to lead AEW to a better future, or we're going to falter and fall. Tony Khan's got to swallow his pride and say, look, as much as I hate to say it, Triple H is running the ship over there.
We go back to our podcast like 4 or 5. It would say, did we call it? Triple H's in charge. Now AEW has to actually step up. It was easy. Yeah. It was easy up to this point.
Captain Kirk ain't running the ship
Captain Kirk ain't running.
It's Jean-Luc Picard.
It's Jean-Luc Picard.
And, I'm saying.
That's a good analogy.
Yeah, you know, so it's not flying off the cuff anymore. We got someone who thinks, who's cerebral, and his second in command has been in the business.
There is no way.
That ain't even his second in command. His wife in the business is running everything else.
There is no way that Tony Khan is going to be able to compete with Triple H head on
if it continues like this.
If he doesn't learn some skills here.
He needs to have these guys.
Because Triple H, you're going to beat him for the next year. Triple H, he ain't sweating. He'll grab a few of his NXT guys back. He'll build up some new stars in the new NXT. He'll bring some more from the underground and in Europe.
And he's just starting his... So he went right back in. India is having their NXT debut in 6 months.
I'm telling y'all right now, in 2020, the back half of 2023 going into 2024 for the WrestleMania season, 2024, the WWE will be supreme.
Oh, yeah.
And Tony, but Tony will be right there with him only if he does what you said. I wouldn't say MJF. I'll say
the only reason
I'll say Chris Jericho. I'll go after only because MJF is a young talent.
I didn't say Chris Jericho.
Yeah, right.
In a minute. The reason why I say MJF is because MJF is an AEW original.
One of them.
You're right. But as of right now, the other ones
But he's still a young talent.
But young talent or not,
all right.
He's shown that he's got professional maturity to handle growing pains.
Oh, you run with him.
So
he's your top player.
So he needs to be, because you can't right now. The elite and they all have a stigma about them right now. So
they do.
There's not so there's no one in that group. You know what? I take that back. They need Dustin Reynolds to come and sit down and talk. And
there it is. Dustin Reynolds.
Yeah, but MJF still needs to be there because the only reason why I said it is because
he could be at the table. But it's one of those things. He needs to meet with those guys before he meets with the MJF guys.
No. I'm saying together, not individually. Have him sit at and learn. He's got to learn.
Okay. So here,
you see what I'm saying? Because if he's not, he's either going to be on one side of the fence or the other.
Let me explain. So let me tell you what I would do. Okay, that's what you do. I would do pretty much what you do, what you're saying. I wouldn't have MJF. MJF will be part of my new future young core leaders. MJF, Skater Boy, Arby, not Arby. God, I got Arby's in mind because I just had Arby's.
Darby
Allin, thank you. Darby Allin, Guevara, those, whatever. Your core AEW guys, your top core AEW stars, and the WWE guys you got in there that really correlates to your style of wrestling. I'll bring those talent in, but I'll do what you say. I'll have those 4 guys with Dustin Rhodes, and I'll put Chris Jericho. I'll put all of them together. I said, talk to me, fellas. How are we going to fix this? First, I'll say it's my bad.
Oh yeah, he's got to come out and apologize.
I apologize to you veterans for allowing this. Got too buddy here. I know this is, I'm black, so when white people say this, the black folks get upset. So I'm black, so I'm gonna say when you let the inmates run the asylum, right? Okay,
it's true.
All right. To me, I'm not doing any racial stuff. I don't care about it. I don't think it's even really racial. But anyways, the thing what I'm saying is when you allow the players on the team to run the team, and there's no coach, as Kevin Durant and Kyrie said, we don't need a coach, and we saw how that was a disaster when you let the players run things. Okay, There we go. You're gonna get this, especially you're talking about guys who were left out of the party, and now they get to be part of the big party, and now they're feeling themselves. This is what I would do. I'll get together with them, okay? I will stop labeling myself as the main booker. You can be the yes and no person, but you don't need to be the main, you don't need to be the sole booker, okay? You don't need to spread yourself that thin when you're coming up with all of these storylines.
He hasn't been in long enough to be able to.
You didn't been in the business long enough to do that.
You didn't grow up in the business like Vince did.
If I accidentally hired AEW, yeah, we're wrestling experts because we watch wrestling since we were kids. But I'm not stupid enough to. I'm smart enough to come with every single storyline. But why would I spread myself that thin? That would distract me. I would lose focus. Okay, I'll be the yes and no person. I'll be a veto power. I'll be a guy to help encourage. I'll do that stuff. But when you're just trying to do every single thing on your own, okay, This is what I do. I lessen my role in that area. Take myself off of TV for a long time, for a year. You won't see me on TV for a year. I'll go back to being a boss. Okay? Reset. Honestly, I'll strip the EVP titles from those New Japan guys. All of it.
I agree.
I'll put Mark Henry or Taz or Goldust, Big Show,
Paul White.
I won't put all WWE guys.
Well, you would pick some.
But I will pick some, and I'll pick some indie guys. I might bring in Conan. You know what I'm saying? And Booker T.
You know what Booker's.
I know.
But
that's my message.
You're skipping something.
What?
He's already got guys who've been in the business.
He's got them there anyways.
No. That run their own company since he owns ROH.
Yeah.
Why he's not reaching out to them and saying, hey, let's share. I want you to be an EVP.
I'll take one from here. I'll take one from TNA, one from ROH. I'll encourage one to come over from New Japan.
Don't bring no one from Impact. because
he
doesn't own Impact.
No. You can encourage them when the contract is over. They can come work for you. You put them on.
No, hold up. Now you can't get on WWE. I know.
No, but what I'm saying is this: I would start fresh, not start fresh. I'll reset. I take those wrestlers' EVP titles because they don't need to have it. You can have a voice. You can have...
Just give them a choice.
You can have... They're going to have a choice.
Either you want to be talent or you want to be executives.
You can't be both. I would even allow them to be executives because they so... Kenny Omega especially showed that he can't be executives. Right. So,
but
you're
if you
done.
got a contract...
You're done. Well, they might have avoided it by going in there.
That's true. I'm just saying.
So here's the thing. And then I'll let that expire. I'm done with wrestlers.
You got a choice. One or the other.
Because where they're going to go.
You can leave.
They can go to WWE. Do they want to take that risk? So here's the thing. This is what I'm saying. I'll start. I'll strip that. I'll put some folks in charge that understands that has a business resolve, that can see things outside their egos. Egos got in the way. I'm not saying Nick Jackson and them are wrong. I'm not saying the CM Punk and them are wrong. They were all wrong. I'm sure CM Punk was being CM Punk. I'm sure the league had the stuff boiled over because people were getting sick of Punk the whole time. They were saying this slightly on TV for the last year.
Well,
okay?
The thing is
no one wants you here.
The thing is that Punk is unapologetically
he should be
Punk.
He should be.
He's never changed. So you knew what you was getting when you got him.
I would have got him too because he's money.
No, that's what I'm saying. But you
gotta lay the rules down.
He hasn't done anything that he has never done anywhere else. So
he became too big of a fan. You see how he just gets all glittery when he's next to Punk, and they're just too much of a fanboy.
But he allowed every star that had a gripe with WWE to come in and have that kind of freedom.
And that's why I said it was going to go wrong. Only take the people that fit your program. I would have took Adam Cole. Okay. I would have took of course, Daniel Bryanson. I would have took Swerve. I would have Keith Lee, yes. But I would have took people that fit our mode of wrestling. Because Swerve's corny. I never was a big fan of him. But and I should take that back because actually he's got potential. He's from he's from my town, Tacoma. But who I'm saying like that those blue collar wrestling guys that fit AEW. Some of those NXT guys fit AEW. I would have took some of them. I would have just took everything they left. You see what I'm saying? And either way, I'm finishing this up because we got to finish anyways. Because I don't want to just ramble.
No, let's ramble and ramble.
No, we because
we don't have to ramble.
Yeah, we're done. So I'm saying this. Khan will be fine if the right thing to do is now learn your lesson. You can't be a fanboy and be an executive boss at the exact same time. And I know he knows that. We ain't telling him nothing he doesn't know. But the wrestling business is particular about this because there's egos at a very high level, and these are like kids. These wrestlers are trying to get in and trying to make a name for themselves.
And you know what?
And so it's sibling rivalries and kids fighting for parents' attention.
You know what?
You gotta have a crew.
I'm gonna backtrack on what I said earlier about wrestlers having titles. I think the biggest problem. No. I think the biggest problem is that at the end of the day, Tony Khan is a fan of wrestling, of professional wrestling.
And he's a true fan.
And that's neither here nor there. Yeah. Listen to what I'm saying. Yeah. He's a fan. And wrestling for a lifetime has always been run by wrestlers, carny folk, people who have been a part of the business their whole life. Mm-hmm. And there's only one royal family that runs wrestling.
The McMahons.
And the McMahons. And every child that gets born in the McMahon family is raised in the wrestling business.
Hey, listen, if you don't know the business as well as you do, which he started off doing. Listen.
Because I'm pretty sure we would have made a lot of the same mistakes.
Yeah, I would have made some of the same mistakes.
But the one thing I wouldn't have done is allowed every person
to be an
EVP. Because now you're getting paid as an executive and a talent. I don't see that as an issue.
I wouldn't give them an EVP. I wouldn't. I'm sure it was very attractive for them to become EVPs in order to get them to join your company. But you are Tony Khan.
They joined the company. They made the company.
Well, yeah. Well,
I think
wait. Well, it was Tony Khan's company. I have the money.
It became Tony Khan's company.
I have the money.
But their idea.
That was theirs.
Yeah,
that was their idea.
Became a reality because of Tony Khan.
Because they managed to do it independently. But how long would that have gotten?
No, exactly.
Right, without the big money.
But you know what? It might have been better off.
Well,
for a year or so.
They all came together, and they got all things to go wrong, which it happens. Now go clean it up. They don't need to be EVPs. They just need to be talent with a voice. Say talent with a voice. They get to create their own stuff, run it by the boss.
You got to restructure their contract.
Well, whoever. I don't know.
No, you got to. You got to restructure their contract.
But anyways.
And the last thing is,
they better straighten it up because Triple H is in charge.
This thing that they did is the reason why talent wanted to come to AEW.
Yeah.
Is because you had the boys running the show.
Right.
Now when you have the man running the show, everybody's looking and saying, oh, we may have jumped the gun too soon.
No, that's because listen, you can't predict that Vince McMahon was going to get in trouble for giving girls,
no one could predict
people hush money. You can't predict that.
But no one predicted Vince McMahon was going to take NXT away from Triple H.
Right,
we never saw that coming.
Like Vince McMahon, you never thought he would ever leave that place. So no, people should not be sitting there. Oh, we might have made it. No, it's exactly what you should have done. Now here's the thing: what type of contract did you sign? How long is it? So Triple H said Tony Khan will straighten it up because he has to. He has no choice because Triple H is in charge. You have no choice. You're not going to compete with the WWE. You know what I'm saying? With Triple H in charge, unless you run a tight ship and you got to be on point. You know what I'm saying? Now he has the money, he has the means to still go right at WWE. But it's more than money and having the means to. It's also making sure,
having the know-how.
Exactly. All right. So, hey, thanks for listening to our show. We mainly rant about it because,
I hate for this to be.
I hate for it to be. It was a good show on Wednesday. The Dynamite was good.
The show
was great.
Because here's my thing. And this is the same thing
Once
I've always said about.
Tony Khan put his foot down, right on Tony, stay there.
Listen to me.
Go forward.
The one thing that I've always said about the WWE is, once the bell rings, what's inside the ring is 98% great.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the stories and all that other stuff, the drama surrounding it isn't always great. But the people in the ring are great. And so I can't say no different about the people in the ring in AEW. So all the drama and stuff has no bearing on what they're going to put their performances. No, I mean, it might hurt some of the younger ones because they ain't used to it. But putting the show on, I didn't have I didn't think that it wasn't going to happen.
One thing I wanted to mention on what I would do too is I'll just start letting the contracts expire, which I heard that's what's going to happen. He's going to start letting contracts expire. He's like, dang, maybe I did take in too much. Or just start letting people go. Do what Vince McMahon had to do. You're going to have to let some people go. Keep your main people, because not all the AEW originals were good. You know what I'm saying? I know Jared Janela was Janela, whatever his name was, but it was like, dude, you're not pushing the needle.
Guys that they brought in were good,
and not all the WWE guys. Look, you guys not only and listen. I understand what Mega was trying to say. Mega's half right. I wouldn't say I wouldn't bring in none of you guys on my level. See, dude, now you're feeling yourself too much because honestly, you are a wrestling bound wrestling machine. You know what I'm saying? But you ain't been you still haven't been in WWE. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody still know you. So don't come act like you John Cena. You ain't no John Cena.
You are not.
You ain't no John Cena. You ain't no Rock. You ain't in Hollywood.
No Stone Cold.
You ain't no Stone Cold. Are you people gonna remember you when you retire? So don't feel yourself too much now. Hold on now. You know what I'm saying? No, 90% of you are not on my level, and that's why you don't need to be executive. Now I get it. You're frustrated. Maybe he's one of those weird antisocial kind of weird social guys. You may be frustrated. You know how to communicate your frustration. Maybe that's what it was. But listen up. You guys don't need to be EVPs. Just let's change it up. But what I'm saying is that's what I would do. Is let these contracts expire. Let the contracts go back to your freshly squeezed. Push out Darby Allin like you were doing, because at the end of the day, you do need those WWE talents to make your show legit. And he did right. They acquired talent right the first time. And then that second flood of talent they brought in, like, why are you requiring this person? Why are you bringing her in?
The second flood of talent isn't the problem. That's the whole thing, is that the second flood of all of these issues surrounded about 5 individuals, and one guy got brought in because his wife was there. So you had the Cowboy, Adam Page. Is that Yeah, your Cowboy. The Hardleys. That's what I call them, the Hardley brothers. They're not the Hardleys, but the Hardley brothers, and Kenny Omega. Yep. So and then CM Punk. Now, one guy.
CM Punk is getting put on the same platform as Hollywood Hogan when he came into TNA.
Well, but I'm just saying, one guy.
Does that kind of seem that?
I'm not going to say that, no.
Does it feel like that? Because soon he got there. That's when things.
But you know what happened? What happened is what I told you was going to happen. When he got there, he was going to be put on the pedestal because he had been gone so long and people had been clamoring for him. And I never thought he was going to amount to what he was supposed to. And he didn't.
You know he's going to ask for top dollars because he probably,
that's what it was.
He didn't have no money. That's what, Charles, you came in because you were going broke.
He was getting paid by Fox for that show with the WWE.
That ain't no big money.
But that was an opening for him. No. But see, the same thing that happened is that everybody felt that they were going to go to AEW and be able to refresh themselves.
Which you should
and
feel that way.
And only a few people did. And Daniel Bryanson.
Definitely one of them. And he needs to be the champion, by the way.
CM Punk. Man, listen, don't say that because I said that a while ago and you cut me down.
No. I said he needs to continue building up people. Eventually, he needs to be champion.
He just needs to be champion.
Just put it on him now.
Let's put it on him now. Y'all went the route of, put it on him.
Get rid of the European title, whatever you're going to do. Get rid of some of these stuff. The Trios title should have been... the Trios title is 2 years late. When the Trios was dominating wrestling.
When tag teams were dominating.
Through the Trios. They were doing them trio wars.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, they would have had a
year too late.
Yeah, so now it's here now, but it's here. And so... We got it.
All right. Well, hey, thanks for listening to our show. We got to move on.
Cutting me off.
No, I know. We got to cut you off because we're at the hour mark almost. So thanks for listening to the show. And remember, go to grownfolkskidshow.com to check us out. Okay. Go to our Twitters and Instagrams and Facebooks. Type in the Grown Folks Kids Show and Grown Folks Kids Show GPS with 2 different shows. There's a podcast, Grown Folks Kids Show, our TV show. And listen, thank you for listening to what we have to say about this. We got a lot to say, and a lot of it is opinion. We're not professional behind the backstage. We ain't Dave Meltzer, but we watch a lot of that stuff and we research enough to say.
There.
But listen, we don't have to be there. When you allow your players, the NBA is going through this right now. When the players run the league, you got to have a balance. Everything has to have a balance. Yeah, everything has to have a balance. You can be a loving, caring, a good servant, leader, boss, but at the end of the day, you have to be a boss. And sometimes you're going to have to be a mean one for a second to let people know, this is my boundary. Hey, we're cool, but this is my boundary. Mm-hmm. If you cross that, I don't want to be this way, but you're going to put me in a position to come down on you. All right? I love you, but I'm going to have to come down on you. It's just like when I say, hey, I got to give you this spanking.
Remember.
But I love you.
Remember, kids, it's not show friends, it's show business.
Show business. All right. Hey, till next time. Peace out.
because I told you so.
He did.